Hello all you shining stars and welcome to my channel, Shining Star Soup. It's Storytime Sunday where I tell you every Sunday weird little stories about my life. And this is a part of the mini-series, Crazy Relationships. Alright, so where to begin with Jake? A little disclaimer, these names have been changed, however, the events did actually happen. Yep, so, okay, let's jump right in. I was living on Vancouver Island, and I had some friends that I made that I started getting to know. They had a club that was called the Galaxy, and one of my friends, we just decided to start going there, right, to this nightclub. And I remember one time that we got, this is kind of related, but not really. We decided to hitchhike to this nightclub, and I ended up. We had a guy with us, a guy friend with us, who so that we didn't feel so unsafe hitchhiking. It was about 20 minutes out of the way, so it wasn't too bad. But we did get picked up, and we did get a ride to the nightclub, and they had this van with a sliding door, and I ended up getting my thumb slammed in the sliding door, so I had a very sore thumb for the night. But anyway, on one particular night, I had met someone, or someone caught my eye, and like I said, we're gonna call him Jake, and he worked in the bar, and he that should have been my first warning sign, and he was a pool shark. So this guy, wasn't really. I was young, I was naive. He was cute. I liked his personality. He was friends with my friends, and he introduced me to people that were very decent people, at least a lot more decent than he was. And so we got to. I met him one night, and we got to talking, and we really hit it off, and we basically, like, we didn't make anything official or anything, but he would start. And keep in mind, this had only been him and I had only been together for about a month, so things progressed very quickly between us, where he was soon, taking me, spent the night at his house, met his parents. He would start call me his girlfriend, right? But what I didn't realize is that there were a lot of times where, because he worked at a couple of bars, he was like, I want to say a dishwasher, or he'd go around collecting things. He would take me to his little pool tournaments, and he was a very good pool player. But he'd work his shift at the bar, and he would, around 2 in the morning, and this happened quite frequently, at least for the month we were together, he would knock on my outside window at 2 in the morning to come inside my house, in my little apartment. And but then there were days and nights where he didn't come over at all, and my friends that weren't really my friends, but there was a lot of talk going around that uh, Jake was a player, like major player, like, yeah. And I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, no, I think he's loyal. I'm not too worried about it. But there were a couple of telltale signs, besides the whole uh, 2 o'clock in the morning coming in when he worked till like midnight uh, at the bar. And when we were approaching the three major events that led up to me breaking up with him, finally, kind of all happened within the same week, the week of our 1 month anniversary. Well, the first thing was he decided to give me a gift for our month anniversary, which was a pool stick. a pool stick. He's like, here. And I was just like, I'm not going to play pool. And he's like, well, do you mind if I keep it then? If you're not going to use it. And I was like, why would you buy me something that you had intended for yourself anyway? I didn't really get that. I was like, okay, fine, whatever, keep the stick. And I spent a night at his place. This was like that night actually, I spent the night at his place. And I remember, because I'll never forget, I had two mudslides. And I woke up just puking. Like, dude, it was morning after only two, and I was throwing up. And Jake, the ever sensitive boyfriend that he was not, kept on knocking on the door. Can you hurry it up? Can you hurry it up? I have someplace to be. Are you going to be long? And it's like, dude, I'm like, I can't control when this is going to stop, right? And it was actually the day of our anniversary. And he had video games at my place, and it took me, like, I was at his place for a couple hours, and then I was like, I got better enough that I was like, okay, fine, now you can take me home. So he takes me home, and he drops me off, and he's gone. And he's gone for 3 days. 3 days he's gone for, not a word from him. Well, as it would turn out, I don't remember how I found out, but he had a girl on the side who he decided to go camping with. Now, this girl knew me, right? And I got along well with everybody, so she really liked me. So, she told me that she had asked Jake, it's like, aren't you with Candace? And he's like, oh, no, no, we're not really serious, is what he told her. So he spent 3 days with her in this little tent, cheating again and again on me. And finally he had come to my place after 3 days had ended, and he was acting all sweet, but by then I already knew, and I was like, okay, it's over between us, Jake. I know what's going on. I know you're a player, and I should have realized it from the beginning, but you and I obviously are not working. And he's like, okay, well, I understand. Well, you keep my video game system as kind of a way to say I'm sorry. And I was like, I don't want anything of yours. And he's like, come on, just keep it. Like, I treated you like dirt. And I was like, yeah, you did, but I don't want it. I don't want any memory of you in my place. So, in hindsight, I wish I would have kept it, because the guy was a jerk, and he should have a lying, cheating, backstabbing jerk. But, for each bad experience and relationship you have, I think a better one eventually comes along, you know. And for me, Jake will always be the pool shark double double crossing, the pool shark lying. My memory of why never to date people or a bartender. No, he didn't bartend, but he just, I don't know. It's my own personal rule. I'm not, there's a lot of people that work in bars and do what Jake did, that are good people that, are loyal to who they're with, but this one just was not one of them. And yeah, so that's volume 4 of my mini series. And I will see you. Thanks for tuning in to my Storytime Sunday. I hope all you shining stars have a good upcoming week. Before you know it, it'll be Friday, and before you know it, you'll be listening to another one of my story times. All right, all you shining stars, have a shining star day.